A man married a mute girl as his wife, but on their wedding day, he told her to take off her wedding dress. He said coldly, "You're just a substitute bride. Our wedding won't be held publicly, and you don't need to pretend to be my wife in front of others from now on." At this, the mute bride took off her headpiece without hesitation. Since this was a political marriage, she had no choice either. Seeing that the man didn't stop her, she removed the wedding dress as he wished. Strangely, the man then gentlemanly draped a coat over her shoulders. She couldn't understand what this man was thinking. The next second, the man handed her a marriage contract. The contract had 3 conditions. First, the bride cannot initiate a divorce. Second, absolutely no divorce during the election period. Third, as Baek Se-yeon's wife, she must keep their marriage a secret. Violating any clause would result in a penalty of 2 billion won. The man was the spokesperson for the presidential office. The woman agreed to this marriage to continue treatment for her mentally ill father. When she was very young, her father divorced her mother. After her mother remarried, she changed her name from Ro Hee-ju to Hong Hee-ju. She never expected her mother would use scandals about the man's father to arrange this marriage alliance. The two families had originally arranged for her sister to get married. Unexpectedly, her sister suddenly disappeared the day before the wedding. She had no choice but to take her sister's place. Her mother threatened that if she didn't become the substitute bride, she'd cut off her father's medical expenses. She had no option but to sign this marriage contract. She had no idea how many secrets Baek Se-yeon was hiding. When the man ordered her to stand up, she defiantly stayed still. Se-yeon rolled his eyes and had to crouch down himself. He pulled out a ring from his pocket and put it on her finger. This officially made them husband and wife. But this marriage led to misunderstandings for the wife. That evening, she prepared a table full of dishes and lit candles. She didn't notice the smile at the corner of her husband's mouth. When she dozed off and woke up, he immediately resumed his cold expression. He knew perfectly well why her family wanted to marry into his. He pretended to test her by asking what should happen next. His wife poured herself a glass of wine, then walked over to her stranger of a husband and pulled him into a dance. This was a dance she'd just learned. Watching her clumsy steps, her husband could no longer bear it. He slowly moved closer to her. Unexpectedly, this new husband only whispered in her ear, "Let's not deceive ourselves. With me, you don't need to be a puppet. And you certainly don't need to follow your mother's orders." His wife had no idea how much impulse her husband had just suppressed. That night, she slept alone, watching the news and wondering why the presidential office spokesperson wouldn't make the wedding public. The media said it was to protect the bride. She found it laughable. He wasn't protecting her, he was just ashamed of having a mute bride. Though embarrassing, she was still a sign language interpreter for a TV station. That day, she encountered an extremely awkward situation. During a live broadcast translation, the screen froze. The screen got stuck on a frame of her giving the middle finger. It wasn't her fault. She was simply translating exactly what the announcer was saying. She barely managed to hold on until the end of the program before the screen returned to normal. She breathed a sigh of relief. Afterwards, the host also imitated her middle finger gesture and helped explain that this gesture also meant mountain, so it was fine. In reality, everyone knew this gesture meant contempt. Just as she was about to leave, she suddenly saw her husband holding an emergency press conference. For some reason, seeing her husband's face, she instinctively held up her middle finger. Clearly, she despised this man who had